So everybody, welcome back to another episode of Goopy Sims 2, coming at you with another speed build. Today is the longly awaited and promised cartoon house. Yes, this house is based off of cartoons, animations, and video games. The main layout is based off of Tetris blocks. So I'm doing 4x4 blocks to make each Tetris block. The music featured on this video is from the techno radio station in the game, along with the new wave radio station. And actually, when the Sims 2 website was still up, they had this song for free as a MP3 download. There were a few other songs as well, I can't remember what they were. But I definitely had this song on my iPod Shuffle. So I'm keeping the Tetris block theme throughout the whole house. And with that, I'm taking advantage of creating terraces, so rooftop patios. As you go up, it's almost like a cascading mountain point. And one of my trademarks is to have the master bedroom on the top floor. And then underneath that, on the level below that, is 2 bedrooms, along with 2 bathrooms. This build does not have a lot of outdoor space since the lot is relatively small. So I wanted to flex the aesthetic and design of the house itself. For now, I'm just putting in these placeholder doors. Typically when I build houses, I keep the doors relatively the same throughout the house. However, with this build, I am going to have each room be its own separate theme that you would find in either a cartoon, a video game, a comic book. The doors won't be the same throughout the build. However, I am placing these placeholder style doors. These are the walk-in showers. Those 2x1 rooms, the glass door. I'm also breaking the mold when it comes to my pattern of building windows on lots. For this lot, I'm actually just going to build the windows room by room and not really consider how it looks from the outside. And we'll see how it turns out. For the kitchen, I wanted it to be kind of a bubbly, retro, colorful kitchen. So a lot of pops of color with an ensuite bathroom and walk-in shower for the chef. The amazing thing is that you can use pool flooring and walls. For the bathroom, I didn't want it to veer off too much from that theme, so I kept it relatively similar. But instead I used tile. On to the dining room. I decided to utilize these dreamy wallpapers along with the cloud flooring to create a cloud or a heaven-like room. However, the hard part was finding a table that would fit very well. I wanted the table to be mostly all white if possible, so this was one of my only few options, the table with the tablecloth. I could have used one of the skinnier tables, but it just looked a little bit odd because it wouldn't center. And looking back, I could have just used quarter tile placement sheets. Since the dining room is based off of being in a cloud, I added those fully exposed windows and some bubbly windows for the kitchen and some skinny, high, wide windows for the bathroom. And then for the main entryway and hallways, I decided to use a different water-like texture flooring, and I went for a stucco wall. This is the living room, and then there's going to be a bathroom right off of that. So I guess the theme of that one is glass brick throughout the whole room. You've got that glass brick tile wall and flooring. For the living room, I wanted it to be more natural themed since it's on the ground level. The whole concept of this room is that there is no floor, however, I am just using miscellaneous floor coverings, so technically there is, but I'm creating the illusion that maybe you're outdoors in this room while having the full functional capabilities of being indoors. And normally when I decorate, I go from top floor to bottom or bottom floor to top. However, for this build, I am going room by room, kind of how I feel, honestly. So I really wanted to make this outdoorsy room more of a kind of community pavilion-esque room. So I didn't want anything too fancy, I guess. I tried it out, but it didn't really fit. And then I saw the medieval pew-like seating, and I decided to stagger the seats almost like you're in a home theater or in a church. So I added a gaming station, so you can play cards, bet a little bit of money, make a little bit. The shoji windows, they're perfect. They go well with a lot of warm theme rooms or natural theme rooms. I think for me, one of the most time-consuming parts of decorating is the actual decorations to put on end tables or to hang on walls, paintings. Furniture, I usually have a good picture layout in my head when I go into it, but the miscellaneous ancillary decorations, those I can fiddle-faddle with for quite a while. Moving on to one of the bedrooms that is not the master bedroom. I decided to go with an industrial steel theme. So everything is metal, aluminum side windows, diamond steel plate floors, and I utilize the loft windows that you can crank open. Well, Sims can't crank them open, but you can place them cranked open. So I have one open and one closed. I have one of the desks from the Sims 2 store items. This bedroom comes with its own bathroom, so I included a walk-in shower, a toilet, and a curved sink area. So this room almost gives the vibes of being a storage unit. I added those high boxy windows. I realized I had to go back and add some lighting, so I added the sauna lightings to the living room. They worked out really well. And then on to the next bedroom, I wanted it to be a nebula galaxy-esque. I utilized this bed frame. I really like it. It matches really well in my opinion. And I wanted to add some minimal windows, so I went with these darker circular windows. And then the theme for this spare bathroom is underwater seaweed kind of feeling, so I added the painting and a shower, a blue toilet, and a nice little sink area. I also added that mermaid mirror. And I figured that door worked just fine. I've always wanted to try out these wallpapers. The castle and dragon and clouds. It kind of gives off a Mario effect or Maple Story. So I went full force and used every variation they had in the game to make a unique scenery. So that room, I guess you could call it, is the side-scroller RPG dungeon crawler castle-esque room. This room is more of the bubbly, geometric, trippy room, I guess. So I love the square flooring and I wanted something to go along with it on the walls. It's a little bit new age, little bit chic. Onward up to another floor. Trying to figure out what this space should be, but this space literally becomes space. I found another outer space wallpaper that you can really customize, so I utilized that with comets and the UFOs. And then I used this miscellaneous pebble flooring to create a crater-like flooring effect. The next room, I wanted it to be more of a behind the scenes of a fashion show almost. You have the curtain. I wanted to use that railing along it, but it almost looks like it would tip over even though it wouldn't, so I just added a minimal railing. And then for the bathroom is classical Japanese shoji paper. So I included the windows, the wall coverings. I used a bamboo flooring. And they actually have some really nice bathroom features that match really well. So I added that toilet and sink. A mirror looking off to the side, and that bamboo tub that comes with the base game. And I'm using the sauna lights, actually, they match with a lot of wooden themes. For the space room, I added the artifact windows, which are floor to ceiling, and then for this room, I didn't want it to be too bright, so I added these church-like windows. And then we're on to the final floor, the master bedroom. I decided to play with the cityscape wallpaper, so you can create a skyline effect. For the bathroom, the theme is bamboo forest. So I love this wallpaper, it's kind of hazy. And then this is actually a pool flooring, I believe, or a deck flooring. Either way, I use it for my bathroom sometimes. And I use the bamboo tub again, a nice sink there, and a bamboo decoration. And the master bedroom comes with a small patio, so I just added a generic stone floor. For the bed, I wanted it to be modern. I wanted it to be a little edgy, so I used this bed frame that comes with the Sims 2 store items. And for the windows, I used the high-tech loft. For the bathroom, I ended up using these bamboo windows. For the entranceway of the master bedroom, I wanted it to be kind of electronic, high-tech looking. I like this carpet a lot, so I added that. There's not much to the room as it is, so I didn't have to think too critically. And then I used those pearl-like draping effect walls. And that balcony is going to be kind of a party entertainment balcony. So for the main room, I'm adding those fluorescent windows with the rectangle tile effects. Just finishing up final touches for the traditional Japanese bathroom, and then for the space room, I decided to make it a recreational room / library. So I have the chess set there, a billiards table in the center. It's really hard to fit billiard tables inside of rooms in The Sims 2 since they take up so much space, so I thought it fit perfectly there. And then I utilized the runway curtain for the behind-the-scenes backstage room. Added a little beach terrace area off to one side, and the other I added a little gardeny grass area. And then for this terrace, I kept it more modern. I didn't really have a specific roof in mind when I went into this, but I do love these angled roofs, so I played around with that and found a great angle. And I was trying to think of a good wall texture idea, and I couldn't really think of anything at this time, so I was just playing around with different colors and variants of this panel. This is the backyard. It's pretty small, you can't really do much in it. For now, I'm adding a soccer area and some gates so you can access the back area if you live in the house. And some small fencing for landscaping, trees, flowers, and bushes. Adding the Grey Woman of SimCity to the front. She's an iconic statue that comes with the game. And going ahead and putting some flowers along the front. I wanted to add kind of a wacky statue in the front that resembles a character of some sort, so I added a dog statue. I wanted to add a hot tub there. I couldn't really fit it without making it look awkward, the hot tub. So I just decided to hold off on the in-ground hot tub for now. Adding some outdoor lighting, so you have a nice lit path as you get home or leave. Some trees. At this point I had a better idea for the wall tiles. I wanted to continue with the Tetris effect. So I wanted to have the similar design where it's using the same design blocks as Tetris. So I wanted to have 4 distinct colors. I went with a light blue, a coral, a golden, and a violet. And at that point I was just creating random Tetris patterns to cover every wall tile. And I figured this looked a lot better, even though it looked scattered to a degree. And I have the patterns continue on to different levels. So that light blue one is a square going up to the top. This house is being built for Lorenzo, Gavigan, and Burb, who are currently engaged and are in my university playthrough game. So you can check out those videos. I have a playlist on my channel, and Lorenzo is studying to become a comic book penciler, and Alec is studying to become a character cartoon voice in the show business career. I'm building this house actually specifically with them in mind. They'll probably have 2 or 3 kids, so I have 2 of those spare bedrooms, and maybe if one is older, they can move out and one takes over, or 2 of them will share a room. And I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna have them afford this house. I might make it unfurnished for them at the start. That way they can afford it and buy more as they get more money throughout. Okay, so at this point I am going through all the decorations from top to bottom and putting out paintings, any candles, flowers, lamps, random trinkets that I think would work well in the rooms. And as I mentioned earlier, this I think takes me the longest for this build because there are so many to choose from, and I wanted to have a specific theme set for each room and not really break it. For me, it was hard coming up with city-like decorations. I was thinking maybe a mannequin. Instead, I went with the fruitless fig tree, and then for the bathroom, I added this closet effect in the middle. So I just added 2 side walls. Added some ivies to the wall so it has that climbing plant effect on the side, and put a hanging plant there as well, a fern, so it feels a little bit more tropical. Classic SimCity at night painting. I decided that this bamboo looked a lot better. It was a little bit shorter and just more minimal. Added a mirror over there so you can check yourself out, gussy up a little bit. For the side patio, I decided it can be a little area to sit out, have a nice chat. First I was going to add a hot tub there, but decided against it since there was already one down there, so I added this nice park bench. And I was trying to think what else to fill up that space with, so I added a nice massage table. So they can give each other a nice massage in the morning or under the moonlight. I like the jade succulent, so I went with that in the corner and decided that was pretty good. Onto the entranceway to the master bedroom, I put a dog bed there, so there's at least one place for a dog to sit and chill, and I wanted to add a little seating area over here where someone can sit down and just collect their thoughts, maybe check their phone, have a chat. So I added a little chair there and a modern looking table next to it. So this patio terrace is more of a party entertainment area. I added a DJ booth front and center, off tucked to the side, some wraparound seating, I wanted it to be just a nice place for some friends to get together, relax, have a good time, spin some records. And to fill that other area, I added a performing microphone. So someone can recite poetry, do stand-up commentary, or sing. Going back to the other terraces, I'm making this more like a little park, foresty area. And the other is more of a beach area on the left. For this middle room, I'm making it a mini salon makeover room. Since I have the curtain there, I'm adding the makeover chair, a sink, some nice windows, and a surface so I can put some makeover accessories on it. I decided to use the clothes rack as a connector to kind of divide off the room and blend in with the curtain a little bit. I wanted to keep the Japanese bathroom fairly minimal, so not too many decorations. I went with the wall scroll and the open fan. For the space room, I kind of was maximal with decorations. I added that star there, some posters. At this point, I'm just putting random objects that I like on the ground, and I will buy surfaces later to put them in. Now I'm going to make the library a little bit more carved out. I'm adding a little seating area, keeping with the space theme. Scooting the billiards table down just a skosh to make room for the library, add another table. So for the trippy room, I decided to put the obligatory bubble blower machine. And I wanted to add a music source, so I put a stereo there. At this point, I'm decking out the two side bedrooms. This one is kind of in the middle of the orbit, so I added a nice planetary looking light there and a space looking cactus. For the corner, I decided to go with that orbital looking dresser so it can double as a dresser and a end table for the chair. And I wanted to add a bookcase so that your sim could read comfortably in the long chair. And I figured that layout was probably the best. Found a few paintings that fit the room. And these wall fountains I really like, so I put them downstairs in the natural room. I didn't want to leave too many surfaces blank in this build because I wanted it to be very fluffy with the themes. I didn't want it to be left up to someone's imagination. Instead, more in your face, so it's very obvious of what you're walking into. Like the bedroom on the left you might think is a scrap metal yard style bedroom, and then you leave that room into a RPG side-scroller Mario-like video game, only to walk into a nebula blackout bedroom. So I wanted it to be like every room that you walk in was a different show, a different comic book, a different movie. I was having a really difficult time deciding what to decorate this bathroom with. I was trying out quite a few things and nothing really fit at the time, figured come back to it later. So I was trying out a lot of different items when it came to this bathroom, and I decided to go with this face-looking object in the corner, and then off to the side I decided just to stick with the small picture frames. Just looked a little bit more minimal and more homey. For this bathroom I added a couple underwater-like decorations, that lily painting and the fern plant. Another dog bed or cat bed. Kind of fits the castle theme. It has the drape effect over it. And over here is actually a mahjong table. So I am adding 3 chairs to it so 3 Sims can play mahjong behind the staircase. So it's kind of like a little hidden area. And in that corner is just a seating area to chat or relax. At this point I was realizing even with cheats you can't really put a object in the center of a table easily. So I decided to forego the whole idea of putting a centerpiece on the table. I wanted to change the door to fit the theme of the walls and the floors, and I decided actually to reposition the door, so I had to rearrange the bathroom a little bit, but this way there would be a little bit easier access onto the entrance of the kitchen from the dining room. Adding that nice 4 square fruit painting. I wanted something in the living room to tie it together and be more of a focal point. I didn't want it to be too big. However, I wanted it to symmetrically fit well, so I went ahead and put that curved wavy statue to kind of fit with the underwater effect. And I was kind of reimagining the living room at this point, so I added that pine tree to the corner to make it more natural. Wanted to add another tree in the corner. I've never used this camping lantern as a light before, so I added that to the natural outdoor room. Try it out for the first time, see how that goes. And for the patio, I was trying to figure out what decoration looked best out there, so I added a little candle. For the indoor table, I decided to delete it and forego that kind of lighting to keep the lighting low. Repositioning the poker table a little bit so the chairs don't poke out of the walls. So I'm moving the table without snap to grid on, and then reversing that sheet and putting the chairs around it so it fits well. Added a grand piano over there. I was trying to decide if it'd be better in the kitchen, but it looked just too cramped and out of place. So I decided to change out the bathroom layout so I can have the entrance solely from the living room and have this tail area of the hallway be a piano area. And I moved the fish tank so there's some more room in the main entrance. I do love the in-ground hot tub, so I wanted to add it to my build somehow. I did have to change up the layout of the patio tad to fit the hot tub, but it looks really good at the end result. And for this area I decided to put just a little cute seat so you and your date or anyone can sit and have a nice chat. Surrounded by some colorful flowers. For this patio, I added the telescope so your sim can get abducted by aliens, and another seating area that's just very casual, a little more modern looking. And there I'm adding the painting easel to this room so your sim can get a little bit lifted with the bubble blowing piece and then create a masterpiece. At this point, the build is shaping up pretty well. I'm adding a bar to the beach bar area. Added some half walls to enclose the library area. Some fashion-like wall coverings for the fashion area. I guess I'd call it more behind the scenes of a fashion show or a runway. Just playing around with the 45-degree rotation tool a little bit, making sure that all the decorations are in place and don't look too awkward. If I can adjust them at all, make them look better. And I decided to add some pet bowls because there are pet items throughout the house, so I added 2 pet bowls, assuming there's at least a cat or a dog. In the side area behind the soccer goalpost, I wanted to put something to utilize the space. Right there I added a doghouse, so I had to add on to the patio a little bit and rearrange it a tad. Added a swing set there to kind of block it off and create a nice blended path. And there you have it, everyone. This is the Comic Cartoon Mania house, built for a comic book penciler and a cartoon voice actor sim couple and their family. Got the master bedroom up there. City theme. Downstairs we have outer space. There's some outdoor areas. Traditional Japanese bathroom there. Down to an RPG wonderland. Underneath some water and trapped in a metal steel shipping container. Getting stuck in space and orbit and taking a little trip through your mind. Downstairs you can just play it natural, play some cards. In the kitchen you can take a dive into some culinary colorful wackiness. To the ensuite bathroom you can wash up a little bit after a long cooking day. When you walk in, you're immediately greeted by a flow effect from the statue in the middle. And there you have it, everyone. The ultimate cartoon house for a comic book penciler and a cartoon voice actor sim and their family. Let me know what you think about this build. Like, subscribe, tell your friends about it, share, comment down below what you want to see next, and keep an eye out for the next build. So.